to my channel. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm MAHESHWARI, and if you're a regular subscriber, hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you about why embarrassment is just a choice. You know, whenever I'm in a difficult situation, recently, I've caught myself telling this phrase a lot, which is embarrassment is just a choice. I keep telling this to myself. I don't know where I heard it or it just came to me, but then I want to explain it to you guys why embarrassment is just a choice, because it really is, and understanding this is going to just blow your mind and you're going to open up yourself to more opportunities and more just living well. First of all, by definition, embarrassment is self-consciousness, awkwardness, or shame. In many cases, this embarrassment isn't even needed. You just feel shame, awkward, or self-conscious because of the way we were conditioned or because of the way we were raised. Like I said, our conditioning happens when we are growing up and how we are raised and everything, and I'm no exception. This has happened to me too, and I would feel embarrassed about a lot of things, and most of it came from fear of either failure, fear of judgment, fear of people's opinions. For example, I would feel like, oh my goodness, if I wasn't perfect, I'm gonna embarrass myself and I'm gonna fail and I'm gonna, like, people are gonna talk about me, and things like these were really affecting me. And the examples are, a lot of times I would feel self-conscious, awkward, or just embarrassed to try new things because I had this fear of failure. Or I would tell myself, what if we fail and embarrass ourselves, or what if people are gonna make fun of us, and what if people are gonna talk about us, and this fear of failure really just clouds you. And I would keep telling myself, what if we fail and we can't come out of it, and people are gonna know that you failed and everyone's gonna know you failed. It mostly had to do with people, and because we're social animals, it mostly had to do with people and situations and what's gonna happen and is this gonna haunt me in the future. And it's, we always think if our past is gonna haunt us in the future and things like that. And one day I broke off this feeling. No, it did not happen in one day, but it's a continuous process and it requires a lot of determination. It takes a lot of detours and you have to be consistent, and there's a lot of trial and error that happens when it comes to really keeping your mind in focus and telling yourself, what, this situation doesn't require you to be embarrassed, or you don't have to be self-conscious or awkward in this particular situation. And the first and the foremost thing I did was to break this mental chain. This happens because your mind is the hardest thing to control, and your thoughts are faster than the speed of light, and that's why it's so important to control your mind, your thoughts. And it's like, how I say, eating the frog. So controlling your mind is almost like eating the frog, but then it is necessary, and also it takes a lot of practice. Our brain has all these filters which was accumulated throughout the years. It depends on where you grew up, how you grew up, and what's your cultural background, what's your financial background, all of that. So the first thing to do is to control your mind, and that's really hard. But then nevertheless you have to try and keep trying and do trial and errors and actually conquer your mind, because that's the first and foremost step, and if you fail in that, you can't go ahead. So master your mind. And how do you do this is, first of all, you need to stop overthinking. I personally am a huge overthinker, and in my mind there are like 10 tabs open and 20 things are happening, and things are just happening, and I'm just there like, oh my goodness, I'm on autopilot and my mind is just running. So sometimes it's just about taking a deep breath, sitting back and relaxing, and telling yourself it's okay to not think that much. It's okay to sometimes just sit down and do nothing. Overthinking can really eat you up from the inside. So I have a few tips and tricks which I use to stop myself from overthinking. For example, if a task takes me less than 5 seconds to get up and do, I would just do it without second thoughts, because that way I'm saving a lot of time, a lot of my brain energy, and I don't want to procrastinate a task like that. And another way I combat with my overthinking is by doing a SWOT analysis. Let me explain. For example, if I have to take a decision and it's a really tough decision and it requires me to take a lot of time and think about it, what I do is I do a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis basically means strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So when you take a decision, what exactly are the strengths of the decision? what exactly are the weaknesses, the opportunity, and threat. You have to make a table sort of and write them down. And once you've written them down, now you know everything about this decision you're gonna take, and this is gonna help you actually to take a better decision. And the next situation where I would feel very embarrassed is when I would think about people's opinions and what they're talking about me. So how I combated that was, first of all, I would tell myself, so what? What if they talk about you? What's gonna change if people just talk about you? Why is it so important for me to be in their good books? Or why is it so important for me to be a good person in their mind? Why am I trying so hard to please someone I barely know? Or in most times it's even strangers. I barely know these people. I don't even, and in most situations I don't even know who these people are. And why am I so bothered about someone who has no control over my life? And what is kind of embarrassing is I was kind of giving away my power. I was kind of giving away my power to them. And that's why I thought and I told myself, you know what? It doesn't matter what people are going to think about you or what they're going to talk about you. It's okay, you just have one life, you live it authentically to yourself. And in other situations when people are either going to be mean to you to your face or give you the advices you've not asked for, what you're going to do at that time is I use my charm usually. I use my charm to get out of it. For example, this happened the other day. Someone came to me and they told me, there's this auntie, she came to me and she told me, you know, you're wearing really dark colored pants, and what would suit you for your complexion is if you wear lighter color pants, and I don't think this suits you. I don't think you should wear pants of this kind of like dark, like navy or something like that. So what I did in that situation is I told her, oh, thank you so much for the insight, thank you so much for your advice. I would keep this in mind the next time I go for shopping. But then if I was to hear an advice or a comment like this when I was younger, when I was a child, I would have felt so embarrassed, I would have felt so bad, and I would have kept thinking about how I had a bad dressing sense, or how, oh my goodness, they hated how I dressed, they hated how I looked. But then now I just say, oh, thank you for your insight. I would keep that in mind the next time I go for shopping. You see, it's just that easy. And the next situation which would really worry me and where I would feel very embarrassed is where I had the fear of failure. I wouldn't have even tried something, but I would think, what if I fail and embarrass myself? What if this is cringy? What if people think I'm so cringy? And what if people are making fun of me? What if people are laughing behind my back? Or what if people are thinking I am not good enough, So in these situations, I would just, curl up into a ball and just be in that situation and marinate in the situation, which is so bad for you, right? So now what I do is I keep telling myself that it's okay to fail, but what is not okay is to give up after you fail once or twice or thrice. Because if I just give up after trying once or twice or thrice, I would never know what the glory is waiting for me. I would never know about this glorious life that's just waiting for me. And if I just give up beforehand, someone else is gonna do it. Someone else is gonna do the thing that's meant for you, that's destined for you. And this thought really keeps coming back to me, and I keep telling this to me. A master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. So in order to become the master, and in order to become the best version of yourself, you are gonna fail. Inevitably, you are gonna fail, even if you don't want to fail. It's gonna happen. But then what determines your abilities and your speciality, your uniqueness, is if you are actually gonna give up, or if you're gonna get up, dust yourself off, and get back to work. And this is why it's important to fail. And also learn to laugh at yourself. Learn to take yourself lightly, because if you're gonna take everything so seriously in life, you are not gonna come out of it alive anyways. We all are. Life is not that serious too. So you have to know it's okay to laugh at yourself. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make a fool out of yourself sometime too. It's okay to be even cringy. So go out there, be cringy, be a clown. It doesn't matter. You just live once. And who are you trying to impress anyways? The only thing that matters is you need to impress the 5-year-old you and the 90-year-old you. I love to say this to myself because that's true. You don't have to impress anyone else but yourself. So being a clown, if that makes you happy and if that's who you are, go ahead, be a clown. do the most cringiest things, because it doesn't have to be cringy to you, but if you think it's gonna be cringy to others, it's okay, do those things. I do cringy stuff all the time. I like to get wet in the rain, I like to dance in the rain, I don't care if people are watching. And I love to go and talk to the street dogs, to the plants, to everything I feel has life, and people look at me like I'm crazy. It's okay. Before I used to be like so embarrassed, and I would think, oh, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do the things that my mind wants me to do. Like just be silly or goof around. But then now I don't care. I go and talk to the dogs. I go and talk to the cats. I just go and talk to everything I want to talk, and I do the stuff I want to do. But then I'm not saying I'm completely liberated and I completely do all the things I want to do. It's like a learning process. I've started doing them, and I hope I continue. I just hope I keep continue, and I just hope I keep continuing it, and I would be there. And know that it's okay to be yourself. And in a lot of times we have this pressure of fitting in, or peer pressures to be a certain person, to act a certain way, to be a certain way. And in those situations, I know people tend to change the way they are. They change themselves, they change their character, and they change everything about themselves to just fit in. But then that's not going to make you happy. That's not who you are authentically. Why would you want to fit in when you're born to stand out? Right? You are so unique, you're special in your own way. And why would you want to smoothen this character of yours with just being normal or being regular or trying to fit into a mold? It's like saying, oh, you're only pretty if you have like big pouty lips, or like cheek fillers or chin fillers, and if you have that LA beauty standard. I don't think so. You could have big eyes, a small nose, or a regular shaped lips, eyes, whatever. You can be yourself and still be pretty, still be beautiful and unique. You don't have to fit into a beauty standard of a certain place. The same way, you don't have to fit into a character of a certain place, or what is considered elegant, or what is considered fun, or what is considered beautiful. You don't have to. You can just be yourself, and that is beautiful, believe it or not. You are gonna make friends by being yourself too. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to put on this mask. You're gonna find real friends, good friends, when you're yourself. When you're trying not to mask yourself. And also the thing about wearing a mask is it's not gonna last for a very long time, and it's also exhausting to keep this mask up. So why would you want to do that? It's okay. The right people are going to accept you. And also, people have their own problems, so most of the time they're not thinking about you, not as much as you think that they're thinking about you. You're not that important. I'm saying this not to make you feel bad, but I'm saying this because this is the truth. People have their own stuff, people have their own insecurities, and people are sometimes thinking the same things you're thinking. Suppose if you're thinking, oh, what if that person doesn't like me? What if that person thinks I'm weird? The other person is also thinking the same thing. Even though you look at them, you think, oh, they're so confident, and they're like so amazing, and they're so charming, and they're so this, that, they're so this and that. But then they also have the same insecurities, and they also have the same feelings. So know that at the end of the day, it's all going to be okay, and you're gonna succeed. You're gonna have good friends. You don't have to change yourself, and you can do this all by being yourself. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And the next situation where I would feel like awkward or embarrassed is when I'm supposed to have a difficult conversation with a person. It can either be a neighbor, a teacher, a professor, whoever. And when I was expected to have a difficult conversation, I would feel so awkward. We've all been there, haven't we? So I would tell myself, I can have the most difficult conversation with anyone and resolve the conflict smoothly. Because there is a right way of talking, there is a right way of approach, your tone, your words and everything. And I would tell myself, even the most difficult situations and the most difficult conversations can be had smoothly if you just know how to talk it out, and if you know how to handle the situation. So being awkward in a situation like this is gonna make the situation more messy. So instead, I would calm myself down, and I would tell myself, you know what, it's actually easy to deliver a message smoothly, or to resolve a conflict smoothly. And 99.9% of the time it works, because people are fundamentally good people. 90%, 95% of the time. The other 5%, you know, it's hard with people. No matter how nice you are, people are not going to understand, and there are bad people out there, as you know. So that's why I say 99% of the time you're gonna get your work done, your message is gonna be delivered, and the conflict is gonna resolve by itself, or you're gonna resolve it smoothly. And even the most difficult difficult situations or difficult conversation is gonna be so smooth for you. It's gonna be like making an omelette. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so smooth and easy. So that's why I keep telling myself, you got this, and you can have the most difficult you can have the most difficult conversations, and most of the time I succeed with my charm, with my energy. But it does happen. So yeah, try it. Try being a little more open-minded. Try being a little more calm. And most of the times it's the miscommunication where things escalate to a bad level, but you can de-escalate them and make the situation smoother by just knowing you can talk your way out of it. So that was my video on how embarrassment is just a choice, and I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let me know how you combat awkward situations like this in the comment section. I would love to know, and I would love to take some tips from you guys. And also let me know what was your favorite part of this video. I'll see you guys next time soon, and until that, take care. Bye bye. And the next